Welcome back to episode 2 of this McLaren journey on F1 Manager 23, and we're heading into round 2 in Jeddah and hopefully some Oscar Piastri redemption after that awful weekend he had in Bahrain with a sketchy practice, being knocked out in Q1, 4 attempts off Lando, and then us putting him on that horrible hard strategy and him finishing in last 42 seconds of 19th place. So we're hoping to do a little bit better for Oscar and of course Lando this weekend. So first thing on the agenda was just looking at our inbox, and we were looking at the car part inspection results, but nothing too much here. We've only done one race, so all of our car parts looking pretty good. And then just a bit of an update on the F2 and F3 race results so we can track how drivers are doing in those categories. I then wanted to look at our design and research, and just looking at the days left on these, I didn't think we were going to get the front wing because it finished on the day of the Jeddah race. So I was thinking we'd probably only get it side pods for Jeddah, and then front wing and underfloor would probably come in when we get to Melbourne. So as expected, the design work on the side pods were completed, and it was time to manufacture these to get them on the car for Jeddah. So what I had to do is 2 lots of those, one for each car as emergency. So we got them on the car for Jeddah, and then I did 2 as normal. So we've got some spares coming in the future. And then to my surprise, we did get the notification that the front wing had completed prior to going into the race weekend. So although it said 11 days, I was just expecting the game to not give us that notification till we'd gone into that race weekend. So that was a great surprise. And I did the exact same here. Did 2 front wings as emergency. So we've got those on the car for Jeddah, and then 2 at normal. So they'll be coming at a later date. So we're looking in good shape now for Jeddah because we've actually got 2 upgrades on the car in the form of new side pods and a new front wing. And with that design work now completed on our side pods and front wing, we did have a couple of slots ready to be used for some more design work. So we headed in and we went for a new chassis, and we also went for a new rear wing. So in total, we've got that chassis and rear wing added to the underfloor we are already designing, which the underfloor will be ready in Australia, with the others coming a race or 2 later. And the final thing I wanted to look at before we went into this race weekend was how these new parts that we've manufactured in these side pods and the front wing, how that had affected the car in terms of where we're now ranking on the grid. And as you can see, it made a little bit of a difference, with us now being ranked in 15th instead of 17th for low speed and 17th instead of 19th in medium speed. So we've made basically a jump on a team in both those areas. And I think coming into Bahrain, we are probably net 9th fastest team. Looking at these stats now, we've probably creeped up to 8th, season objective being 7th. So I think we're well on the way to achieving that. And with that, it was time to get practice in Jeddah underway. Oscar out, and we'll also send Norris out straight away in this practice session, first practice session of Jeddah.
Yep, ready, check.
Virtual safety car and Hamilton and Stroll are both out.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
What has happened here? Let's have a look. There's Stroll. Don't see Hamilton. Oh. So that's Stroll out.
And not much that the team can do about that one.
Don't see what happened to Lewis. I wonder if Lewis just went through and collected him. Because Lewis is out as well. So, yeah, Stroll and Hamilton both out of practice 1 straight away. We're going to get a good 50 minutes of straight running with maybe a pit stop for new tyres. Oh no, not a virtual. This doesn't help. This is going to delay. Who's crashed? Had Stroll and Hamilton out in practice 1. Looks like Tsunoda, our enemy from Bahrain. A great battle with Tsunoda we had in Bahrain. Tsunoda looks like he's crashed out of practice 3.
Virtual safety car deployed.
Wait, Lando's now heading to the garage, so is Oscar. So let's have a look what we've done on setup. And we've got 100%! Come on, Lando! Well, I didn't know we've hit this at all this season, and we've done it in the second race weekend. So Lando Norris has got 100% setup coming in to the weekend at Jeddah. So coming into qualifying and the race, Lando's got 100% setup satisfaction. So we've just finished practice in Jeddah in round 2 in this McLaren journey on F1 Manager 23, and just look at this. We've hit 100% setup satisfaction for Lando. We did 97% in the last race weekend, and I thought it'd be hard to top that, but we've gone and got a perfect score, 100%, and even got 99% for Oscar Piastri, and we're looking in good shape coming into qualifying. They've both got 93% on the car parts knowledge, so we've got some new car parts on the car this weekend in side pods and a front wing. And track acclimatization, Lando's at 92% and 88% for Oscar. So a really good practice session so far, or 3 practice sessions have been brilliant. And we're now going to go into qualifying and see what we can do and hopefully make Q2 with both drivers. So let's see what we do in the sector times. So the difference in Bahrain between the two drivers was Lando was 4 tenths faster, typically around Bahrain. So 4 tenths of a second faster per lap on Oscar. So let's see if that gap is closed a little bit. Waiting for sector 1 to come in. So there's 33.1 for Lando. 33.1 for Oscar. So 33.146. He's quicker. Of course he is, because it's purple. So, great work from Oscar. He wants redemption. Awful weekend, first race of the season. And that's a great first sector time. Let's see what sector 2 is saying for Lando. 28.4. See what Oscar can post. 28.3 goes purple again. That's a 10th now. So maybe it is a bit of a tow as well, because that was my thinking, that we did let Oscar out first both times in Bahrain, and Norris was right behind him. Although I'm not seeing him too close here to pick up a tow. Maybe we're being a bit giving a disservice there to Oscar. So 130. 129.7, nearly 3 tenths quicker for Oscar.
Delta negative at the end of the lap. Okay,
great work from Oscar.
On the way in.
So let's let these roll round, and we will just put some new fresh banking softs on these so they're ready to go. Now, those times aren't looking too competitive, though, at the moment. Let's just have a look. Gasly, I don't think that's a representative time, because, yeah, he's second half off Ocon, so... We're sort of battling the Alpha Tauris at the moment. And the Alfa Romeos, we're around that, and the Williams. Actually, these times are not looking too good, are they? Again, unless the track is hotting up as well. So we all flip it around. We're going to do it in order now. So we'll let Oscar go out first this time. We want about 1.5 minutes, don't we? So, setting him out now. So let's see what we can do. With both cars are in the bottom 5. Let's go on board for this second run. So, as always, we're looking for green, and Oscar is about a couple of tenths of making Q2. Lando is about 4 tenths, half a second, he needs a fine. So, a lot of work for Lando to do. Let's see what Oscar can do here. Traffic, that's not helping. There's a green sector, so that's good at least. It's a 32.9. Lando's done a 32.8, so slightly quicker. So Lando's gone slightly quicker here. See what these sector 2s are. So De Vries and Joe have finished their laps. We are looking for 2 or 3 tenths here. It's a 28.1 second sector. a 28-0, so there's a couple of attempts up here, Lando. Let's watch Oscar coming across the line, see if he can make it out. He was knocked down in Q1 in Bahrain. What's he doing here in Jeddah? It's 14th. What's Lando doing, sorry? He should be even faster. Lando comes across the line now. He is 14th, so Oscar is right on the elimination line here. Bottas looks on a slow lap there. Tsunoda, he's across the line. What's Sargent doing? That doesn't look like a hot lap either. I think both cars are through.
Finished P15.
We are.
We're safely through. Good job.
Fantastic. So, second race of the season, and we've managed to get both cars through to Q2. So we were expecting to be the 8th car on the grid, which is around about 15th or 16th. Gone one better, just pumping up one place to 14th and 15th, which makes us 2 cars into Q2. And we're just going to do one run right at the end of the session here, see if we can maybe nick one more place.
Track should be green.
Lando got 13th in Bahrain, so if we can get another car in 13th, be pretty happy. But, yeah, happy to have both cars in Q2. Definitely a confidence booster for Oscar because, as I say, qualified in 18th in Bahrain and then disastrous race, finished 20th and about 40 seconds off 19th place. So, definitely a marked improvement for him. We're probably going to leave this about 2.5 minutes till end of session, and it's Lando out first this time. Here we go. Lando has started his lap. I'll keep an eye again on the first sector time and see how that's comparing to Oscar. Oh, that's Oscar we're watching, sorry. I wondered why Lando's time had started and we were seeing the straight line, finish line, sorry. Easy for me to say. Let's see what this first sector is then. It's a 32.8. Got Oscar a little bit further behind. What's he going to do here? A 32.9, so a 10th off again. So I can only think maybe Lando made an error in that first run in Q1, because since then he looks to be eking out sort of a couple, 2 to 3 tenths, but that is shorter margin than it was in the first race weekend, which is positive again for Oscar. There's still 2 sectors to go here as well, and it's a 28 flat for Lando in sector 2. What are we getting from Oscar? 28.1, so again another temp, so he's about a couple of temps off. Watch Lando come across the line here in Q2. Where are we going to be finishing? Are we going to get any further up than 14th? Yes, we've got 13th. Gasly looks like a poor time there. 1.9 again compared to his teammate. Looks like an error there. So this could be 13th and 14th for us here. So I think Piastri's going to go in the middle there. And he is. 13th and 14th. Very happy with that.
Okay, that's P14.
And looking at this, of course we haven't made Q3, but I mean the positive is both cars made it to Q2. So I'm pretty happy with that. I wasn't expecting us to get to Q3. So yeah, 13th for Norris, which is again where he qualified in Bahrain. So it looks to be the maximum we can get out of the car at the moment, although we did put some upgrades on it, which I think has improved the car because I think it looks like we are a little bit slower naturally around here. So I think with the old spec car from the last race, probably you're looking at Lando 15th, 16th, Oscar, 18th, 19th. So I think the car has definitely been improved, and that's seen more in Oscar's performance going from 18th to 14th. And that's just a brilliant start to the weekend for Oscar. Had good practice and a good qualifying session. A couple of attempts off Lando, but sticking with him. And we're going to start the race weekend in Jeddah, 13th and 14th. So the results from Q3 are as follows. So Max Verstappen, another pole. I believe that's his second in a row. Sergio in second. Charles Leclerc third. Fernando Alonso fourth. Sainz in fifth. Russell in sixth. Hamilton seventh. Stroll eighth. Ocon ninth. And Magnussen again getting in the top 10 as he did last week. 10th for Haas. No real surprises in this bottom 10 as we had last week with George Russell. But we've made a solid start to this race with Lando Norris starting in 13th and Oscar Piastri right behind him in 14th. And next is the race in Jeddah. Split strategy, I think. I'm going to set Oscar starting on the softs. Lando on the mediums. Gonna go with that. Oh, as we get into this race.
The drivers are lined up on the grid here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights.
Here we go then, starting 13th and 14th was pretty good compared to where the car should be. Let's see what we can do in the race.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Boy with Norris, can we get a little move here on the outside? Oh, yes. Very nice, up to 12th. It's 12th here, let's see what Piastri's gone back one there. I want to try and close the gap if we can, get into Magnussen's DRS. Or Piastri's moving backwards. Sargent's got us here.
Along the straights here. Can they squeeze by?
Well, I don't know what happened there. It's like we just...
And
Yeah,
that sees
it's like
them
we just
move
got off the accelerator there. Piastri is just, yeah, in race trim so far, it's just poor. He's tending to go backwards, and I mean, he is on the softs. Sargent's on the soft, but Hulkenberg ahead was medium, so not great from Oscar.
And DRS is enabled.
But this looks like it's going to be a very, very difficult race for us, to be fair. Just don't look to have any race pace. Gasly's just got us there.
Now just keep your eyes on Gasly here. The gap opens up for them.
This corner there. Nice move. Yeah. Just really struggling really with the pace. Race pace just not there for either car. Piastri's got Bottas.
Right then, you can take a look now.
Which is nice.
Now this was at turn 3. They
Lovely
decide
little
to give
move
it a
there.
go.
Got a bit of fight in Piastri yet. Which is nice to see. And Norris 7/10 off Gasly. But he may start losing time. Look at this fight here. Between Ocon, Albon, Magnussen and Gasly. We want to get amongst that really. Close up so we're in the DRS train of that. Sargent's dropped off 1.8 in Norris. And then I've got Hulkenberg right behind him. And then there's a gap to us, which we're starting to fall behind as well. So I still think it's going to be a pretty long race, to be fair, for Piastri.
Be able to take a look here.
Albon had dropped off
is
the
on
back
Lando
pack.
Norris here.
Lando's got him here.
There's
Going
the
into
opening.
turn 1. Norris not really making any inroads into Gasly, unfortunately. Up front, we've got Verstappen leading by 2.9 seconds over Perez, Alonso 1.6 back, Sainz and Leclerc Stroll, big gap to Stroll, 10 seconds off 5th place Leclerc. Russell and Hamilton very close to Stroll. And we've got Ocon, Gasly, Magnussen, and ourselves in Lando Norris in 12th. Magnussen looks like he wants to have a bit of a go at Norris. Well defended there. I think we want to deploy really.
Overtake is available.
Some more of that going. See if we can eke anything out. And De Vries has overtaken Piastri, unfortunately.
Okay, so we've got De Vries. The opportunity begging to be taken. Thank you very much, says Nick De Vries.
So Piastri's down in 17th. He's having to go back. I think it's going to be worth pitting early with him. Yeah, I'm going to go mediums. We get him in early in the pit window, but I think it's worthwhile.
Box this lap.
As we have Piastri coming in, he's right on the back of De Vries, so let's see if Nick De Vries is coming in. No, is anyone else coming in? So I think we are the first to pit, so very early. Give us good clear track when we come out. So let's see whether he has got any pace in here to do a bit of an undercut, sorry, on De Vries, who we were fighting. This is going to pit here.
Magnussen pitted from behind you.
Oh, well, he's in front of us, but cheers. Great pit wall, very knowledgeable. Don't know who's in front and who's behind. He's behind now, of course. So yeah, we're 6.5 seconds off Ocon. So we're not really gaining on him. So our fight really, I don't think we can even really fight the Haas. We're doing well actually to keep Hulkenberg behind us. Our fight really was with the Williams, and we've got a bit of a margin to them. Don't know what Piastri can do. We'll have to see when the others pit.
Heading down the straight. Can they squeeze by?
Yeah, so DRS in hand. Pretty easy move. Should have got us a lot earlier than that though, to be fair. So happy that we stuck it out. Piastri, so De Vries has pitted and he's come out 6 seconds behind us, so that's nice. We've built that gap on De Vries. Obviously he's going to have better tyres, but if we can maintain that, that would be very nice indeed.
Okay, understood.
It's Albon I'm interested actually to see here, to see how close he is to us now, because we had a good margin on him, but we've left it a few laps. On to have the tyre advantage. So we're coming out now. Albon's on the pit straight. Yeah, we should have that. There we go. You see Albon in the background. Yeah, he's a little bit closer. 3 seconds, but that's enough. I think pretty much this is where we're going to be finishing the Lando 13th, unless we have any problems up front. We're now 12 seconds off K-Mag. I think before his stop we were 2 to 3 seconds off him, so they've just got the pace. Unless we get stuck in like a DRS, or we can hold someone up like we were Hulkenberg, we're pretty much 13th. We've got the pace on the Alfa Romeos, Alfa Tauris and the Williams. We cannot do any more than that, unfortunately. Why is Sonoda so slow? Piastri needs to get him here. We do need to just...
Okay, use deploy. Yep. Copy.
You don't want to be held up here. This is causing problems. Come on. Oh, come on, Oscar. That's it. Go on. Go on. Eke it out, Oscar. I just needed to get him out of the way. No doubt he jumped in the pits now. No, he doesn't. So same again, really. Here we need to get Bottas or Zhou. It's Zhou. Guan Yu Zhou out of the way.
Use overtake. Copy.
Need to try and get Guan Yu Zhou out of the way next. Need to get it done this lap. I mean, to be fair, Oscar's only really fighting for around about 17th this race, but it still matters. We want to maximise his result, so let's try and get 17th fighting with these guys. And we are in a battle with these guys, but effectively we've just flipped the strategy at the moment. They're slow at the moment because they've not stopped on their mediums, but they've got soft to come. Being probably a two-stop race, they're going to be soft. We're going to be medium soft, so there we go. A lovely move there. If we go, another angle of Piastri getting Guan Yu Zhou. Got him pretty quickly, so that's good work.
Opens up for them.
Lovely little move there from Oscar. He's getting a few moves done, obviously at the back of the grid, but
and the
nonetheless,
McLaren
good to see.
with a beautiful manoeuvre.
So we now got Bottas and Hulkenberg in the pit.
Joe has pitted.
We've got the jump on Hulkenberg, actually. He's probably going to catch Norris pretty quickly. So I imagine Hulkenberg will be right up on the back of our gearbox pretty quickly on Lando and overtaking us, but we might be able to stay in his DRS for a little bit. Bottas, Zhou and Bottas pitted. Missed that. I don't know if they timed that double stack well. Zhou and Tsunoda. So Tsunoda's dead last. I literally can't remember before my first pit, but I didn't remember Tsunoda being in that fight with us, but maybe he was. But I'm sure he's made a mistake there and he's been dragged into this because I thought we were 17th, fighting to respot us and Zhou, but we could have just missed out Tsunoda. But anyway, he's dead last. Reese is 3 seconds off the back of us. What's happened to Carlos here? Up the front of the grid.
The Ferrari pit crew already. Oh, but they have
Jack,
trouble
probably?
releasing the car.
Oh, what's the timing on this? He's there for an age. Ah, classic Ferrari. Look at this actually, because Verstappen is in the pit. Interested to see if he's going to get jumped by a teammate. He is. That is a weird one from Red Bull there. Bloke with the fastest lap. He's not going to be close enough though, is he? 4 seconds. That looks like to be either the one of the Red Bulls that wins this race. So Hockenberg's going for that move. Yeah, he's got that done on us now. Yeah, so it looks like net 13th.
Keep concentration high.
Albon's 5 seconds off, so 13th looks pretty secure.
Let's take a look at the replay. Along the straights here, they decide to give it a go.
Okay, we made an error there because
Now we can see what happened.
Bottas
Now this was Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, we must have just lost some pace.
It's certainly
Probably
inviting.
because the leaders are lapping us. So I'd imagine we've just lost a load of pace getting out of the way, and that's allowed Bottas
Up they go
to get
to
right behind
17th.
us. And Zhou could get us here. Just frustrating.
Use the
Just
overtake
see if
button.
we can hold on to this. It's not looking likely. Oh, please. Let Oscar finish 18th at least, come on. Not going to happen, is it? Joe wants it. Oh, and he gets it. Lovely move. He gets a double take in a DRS to take him away from us as well.
Right then, we can take a look now.
And right
Now,
at the
this
death,
is all at turn
brand new
25.
show, gets Oscar
It's there
Piastri,
for
takes
the taking.
18th. We put Oscar, well, he puts Oscar down in 19th. Good little move. Although, let's stay on the positive. He finished dead last. So his tyres are absolutely shot. How far is Sonoda back? 10 seconds. Okay, we should be alright. And no surprise, that it's going to be back-to-back
This will be the last
wins for Max Verstappen. In the end, he's finishing 10 seconds out in front. So another win for Max. Perez coming home in second. Alonso, who's got the fastest lap, is going to get third for Aston
Max
Martin.
Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
And then we're going to have the two Ferraris. We've got Sainz pretty close. I don't think he's going to have enough on that straight to get a pass done, though. Oh, so Charles Leclerc 4th, Sainz 5th. Roll is going to be 6th. Russell 7th. And then we have Gasly and Ocon. What's happening here? Ocon's taken Gasly on the last lap. Yes, he has.
Oscar, this is the checkered black. That was
And
not the
Gasly fight
afternoon
it
we were
back.
hoping for.
Russell
So
about
when
to
you get
finish
to the
7th.
FIA, we do turn the car fully off, kill the engine, wait for 5 seconds.
Gasly
and
wants
then
it
turn
back. He's
fully
not
off
gonna
with
get
the
it
ignition
back.
switch.
He's not got enough straight there to get that done. So Ocon's going to be 8th. Gasly's going to be 9th. And Lewis finishing a lonely 10th.
That's a really miserable day for Oscar Piastri.
It's been a very frustrating day for them, and they leave.
Well, a bit
without
harsh
any
to be fair on
points.
Oscar. The
That's
car
not
is
the sort
only
of performance
practically
we'd expect to see,
running,
really.
or should be 15th, 16th. So to be fair,
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will
he
be
hasn't maximised the
celebrating
car.
Dutchman's achievement.
19th. But as I say, last
What
race
an
he finished
excellent way to
last,
take a second win of
42 seconds off 19th. So slight improvement, as in he was actually racing other drivers this weekend and finished 19th. As we saw there, Max has won the race, 2 in a row for him. Sergio Perez finished 2nd, Fernando Alonso 3rd, Charles Leclerc 4th, Carlos Sainz 5th, Lance Stroll 6th, George Russell 7th, 2 Alpines, Ocon just getting Gasly on the last lap, so Ocon then Gasly, and then Lewis Hamilton in 10th, and Fernando Alonso takes the fastest lap. So for us, Lando back-to-back 13th, so it's really maximising the car. That's where we're at really at the moment. Williams should be slightly ahead of us, but we've done well again to fend those off. Our fight really is trying to close the gap on Haas and then the Alpines. Oscar, again, a bit of a struggle to be fair, but he has done better. And, you know, he was in amongst this fight. I still think something happened with the Bottas. I think the cars, the leaders lapping him caused him to lose a bit of time, which is unfortunate. But yeah, a little bit of improvement for Oscar, but still plenty for him to do. Drivers, Max steaming ahead, 50 out of 50, or minus the fastest laps he could have taken, but 2 wins in a row. Sergio in 2nd, Fernando Alonso 3rd, Carlos Sainz 4th, and Charles Leclerc 5th. Top 5 in the drivers, and then constructors, no surprise again to see Red Bull leading the way. Ferrari in 2nd, only a slight margin on Aston Martin, who is 6 points back. Then Mercedes, Alpine, Haas, Sells, Williams, AlphaTauri, and Alfa Romeo, with Haas and us below them and the rest of them yet to score a point. And there we have it. That is the end of episode 2. So on reflection, I think Lando, you know, as I said, he's maximising the car. 2 13th places in a row. That's about as best as we can do at the moment. Actually outperforming the car where it's ranked. He should be finishing around 15th or 16th. So he's doing a little bit better than what the car should be performing. But Oscar, there is some question marks. Yes, it was our mistake in Bahrain with the hard tyres. Although it was a split strategy, he did use the same compounds as Lando this weekend. And he dropped 5 spaces in that race, going from 14th to finish 19th. Still a little bit of an improvement from Bahrain, but it is raising question marks about him. So as I say, we're not going to look at any driver changes. Oscar is going to stay in the car for this season and we'll review at the end of the year. But as I say, some question marks a couple of races in on him. And also, what about that little Ocon move at the end there? If you've got this far in the video, do leave a comment saying Ocon move so I know. And please do like and leave other comments on the video and do subscribe. We'll be back on Friday with a live stream of Australia, and then we'll have episode 3 highlights of that one out next week. And hopefully we can continue to improve the car and get closer and closer to scoring our first points with McLaren.